26%. On the national report card, there's the percentage of US 12th grader who are presented in math. In America, we pride ourselves as being an exceptional country, but does 26% sound exceptional to you? Raise your hand if you think as a country we need to do way better than this. I'm with you. We all need math, but why are so many kids confused by it? It is because only 26% of people are hardwired for math, while 24% are not. After working with thousands of kids, I can tell you this isn't the case at all. Kids doesn't understand math because we've been teaching it as a dehumanized subject. But if we make math human again, it will start to make sense again. You're probably wondering, how was math ever human in the first place? So, think about it. Math is a human language just like English, Spanish, or Chinese because it allows people to communicate with each other. Even in ancient times, people needed the language of math to conduct trade, to build monuments, and to measure the land for farming. This idea of math as a language isn't exactly new. A great philosopher once said, "The laws of nature are written in the language of mathematics." So you see, even Galileo agrees with me.
But somewhere along the line, we've taken this language of maths, which is about the real world around us, and we've abstract and beyond recognition. And this why kids are confused. Let me show you what I mean. Read this third grade California math standard and see if your world makes sense to an AR. Understand a fraction 1 over b as the quantity formed by one part. When a wall is partitioned into b equal parts, understanding the fraction a over b as the quantity formed by a part of size 1 over b. And if you give this description to an AR, you'll probably get a reaction like this. To a math expert, this standard makes sense. But to a kid, it's absolute torch. I chose this example specifically because the fractions are fundamental to algebra, trigonometry, and even calculus. Kids don't understand fractions in elementary and middle school. They have a talk road of them in high school. But is there a way to make fractions simple and easy for kids to understand? Yes. Just remember that math is language and use that to your advantage. For example, when I teach 5th grader how to add and subtract fraction, I start with the a plus a plus fraction. First I ask what 1 apple plus 1 apple, and kids will often say 2 with its particular course.
Have them include the word as well. Sushman's language. So it's not just 2, it's 2 apples. Next is 3 pencil plus 2 pencil. You all know that pencil plus pencil give you pencil. So everyone, how many pencils? 5 pencils is right. And the key is you include the words. I trust her what the 5 let's wait. After she added pencil and pencil, I asked her, what's 4 billion plus 1 billion? And she asked her, crazy? She's in kindergarten. How is she supposed to know 4 billion plus 1 billion? Undaunted, Manish finishes counting, look up and says, 5 billion? And I said, this is right, this is 5 billion. My aunt just shook her head and laughed, because she did not expect that from a 5-year-old. But all you have to do is take a language approach, and math become intuitive and easy to understand. Then I asked her a question. You can that's supposed to know. What's 1/3 plus 1/3? And she answered 2/3. So if you're wondering, how could she possibly know that when she does not know about numerator and denominator yet? You see, she was not thinking about numerator and denominators. She thought of the problem this way. And she used 1 apple plus 1 apple as her analogy to understand 1/3 plus 1/3. Even a kindergartner can add fraction. You better believe that every fifth grader can do it as well.
Just for fun, I asked her a high school algebra question. What 7x squared plus 2x squared? This little 5-year-old girl correctly answered 9x squared. And she didn't need an exponentialist to figure that out. So when people say that we are a hard-win for math or not, it's not true. Math is a human language. So we all have the ability to understand it. We need to make a language approach to math urgently. Because too many kids are lost and are anxious about math, and it doesn't have to be that way. I worked with an angry, percent high school student once. That's like trying to read and only knowing 44% of the alphabet. It's holding you back. You call them factor and solve an equation, and she had to convert it in math. As a result, this teenager had to convince in herself. I told her, we have to start with multiplication, because when you know all your facts by heart, everything gets easier, and it'll be like having a fast pass to every ride of the Disneyland. What do you think? And she said, okay. So she systematically learned her times table in 4 weeks. And yes, even multiplication has language embedded in it. You'll be surprised how many kids don't realize 7 times 3 can be spelled out as 7 times 3, which just means 3 7 times, just like this.
So when kids see this way, they quickly realize that the repetition is slow and incomplete. So they grab the memories that 3, 7 times, all the way to 21. The future teen and girl world alters to dropping out, becoming fluent and confident in multiplication with their game changer, because for the first time, we can focus on the problem solving instead of counting the pincher. I'm usually the corner when she figured out that 2 year currently at $450 amount would you cost you $10,680, and she looking at me dissolving and said, "It's a Polyshock that expensive." At the moment, not having wonder causing problem for her, but she look giving a math slope problem as the result to all this. As educator, in my duty to challenge kids to be try you with this challenge, or your count is stuck at 26% subtraction. I challenge you to pass the number higher. This is important because mathematical thinking not build your mind, but our kids need it to imagine and deploy their future. Meeting this challenge can be as simple as apple plus apple. Insist that we teach mathematics the human language, and we will get there sooner rather than later. Thank you.